Wachia Miswek, Shishish Tishnasun. In my language, I said, hello everyone, my name is Kara Shishish. I am from Attawapiskat. I came a long ways to travel here in Ottawa. Your school is very beautiful, and I wish my community had a school like this. Today is an emotional day for me. I had some memories with Shannen Koostachin. She was a beautiful girl. I am a youth jingle dress dancer, and I represent healing along with my friend Sky here. And there are many jingle dancers back at home, but we are the two youth jingle dancers. And the jingle dress is a healing dance. The cones, they represent healing, and when you hear this sound, it represents the rain falling on grass, and that's the sound of healing, cleansing. And I decide to wear my regalia to represent who I am and where I come from. I'm proud where I come from. I'm proud from where I come from. I come from a beautiful place called Attawapiskat. Your school is beautiful, and you have nice hallways and all that, nice public washroom. Yeah. And you have a nice gym to run around in. And back at home, we don't have a gym to run around in. It's dirty. It's a public gym for other people to use. People wear their outdoor shoes in our community gym, and that's where kids play, and it's unsanitary. I didn't write a speech or anything. I'm just speaking from my heart. You guys don't know what we're experiencing until you see it with your own eyes, until you come to Attawapiskat and experience what we're experiencing. It's hurt in some of the way, you know. I'm just thankful to be here in Ottawa and speak to you guys. And I'm thankful for being in the charter that was requested for me to go in. And yeah. Thank
you. My name is Shannen Koostachin, and my mind is blank right now, but I'll speak from my heart too. First of all, I'm 17 years old, and I'm the president of Business Secondary School. That's the high school back in Attawapiskat. And I grew up going to school at the JR Nagji school for about between 7 and 6 years. And school there is not like this, it's way different. I remember going to school, and I think that was grade 4, and me and Shannon were walking together, and she was saying that it was time to get a new school because she said something like it was time to get a new school because we saw the younger students, and they were basically walking across the portable, and there was a huge puddle there, and they're stepping on it because they couldn't go through. I mean, they couldn't go around, they had to go through, and they were all wet. And we stayed out to help those students, and those students were crying, some of them, anyway. And then after, I guess, she was telling me what she wanted to do when she grew up and what she wanted to become and everything. And I guess this is one of her dreams, and I wish we can all fulfill it if we all work together as a nation or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody here, never forget who you are, where you're from, what your culture is, and what you do. Yeah, language.
Hello, Watcha. My name is Shannen Koostachin from Attawapiskat First Nation. I am 11 years old and a grade 6 student from Shannen School. I have traveled from my community of Attawapiskat to Timmins by air. It is 305 miles and about 2 hours flight to Timmins. I also traveled 435 miles by bus from Timmins to Ottawa for 10 hours. Now here I am standing. It is an honor to be here today, to stand here with my own 2 moccasins, to support Shannens Dream. I was very excited to come out to Ottawa and a bit nervous, but when I thought of my cousin Shannen Koostachin, how proud she would be of me, my nervousness went away. I said to myself, Shannen, give me the strength to walk in your moccasins and follow your footsteps to make your dream come true. Our education system is so poor, and so is everything I see in my own 2 eyes. I grew up in Attawapiskat and don't know what a real school looks like. I have my older cousins that have gone to school down south, but they end up being put back to lower grades and struggling. I am thinking by the time I graduate from grade 8, I will be graduating from grade 3 level. This is not right, it makes my heart sad. I have asthma, heart problems, and eczema, a skin condition. In winter time, when someone opens the door at the portables, cold air comes in and I always end up coughing. Any parent would not allow their kids to go to in a Modi school, but when you live up north where I am from, it's home, and that is all we have for education. You see my 2 hands? One is very high and the other one is very low. The one that is high is down south. The lower one is our communities. My 2 hands should be at the same level, but it is time for the 2 lines to line up the same. I have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 head, and 1 heart. We are no different from other children around the world. Our hearts all beat. Our hearts all beat as one, like a beat of a drum. If that beat does not sound right, it is lack of teachings for some, but if we all got the same teachings, the drum was beat as one. Hello to Attawapiskat. We will not stop supporting Shannens Dream until the ribbon has been cut. Thank you, Shannen, for your spirit, and to my parents for their support. Jimingwach. Kis Jimingwach.
Hello, everyone. My grandparents survived the horrors of residential school. They were forced to move away from their families. My parents had no choice but to attend a contaminated school, and I am a 3rd generation who has to endure my whole entire elementary school in a portable. How many more generations is the government going to victimize before we can get a quality of education like any other Canadian in this country? What does it take to be part of this country to have better education on my First Nation reserve? My name is April Wesley. I live in an isolated community on the coast of James Bay called Attawapiskat First Nation. I am in grade 8 at Shannen School. For the past 10 years, I've been getting my education in portables. It has been very struggling for me, especially in the wintertime. I just want to be like any Canadian student in this country and have better education. My education is all about isolation. Isolated portable, isolated community, minimal resources, and minimal funding. You see, Shannen had a dream, and that dream was for students everywhere to get educated in safe, comfy schools, not portables. Shannen was my cousin, and she too fought. How many of us are going to have to fight until we see results?
You must understand the government does not spend the same amount of money on us who reside on reservations as they do for other students who live down south. In my classroom, my teacher has to photocopy math chapters. We don't even have math textbooks. I do not want to leave my community and look for better quality of education. My community is where my ancestors are from. My mushroom was born in Attawapiskat, and I asked the government to give more funding into First Nations education. Engage.